One of the biggest changes you can do to absolutely change your life, and this changed my life. You've probably heard of it before, but it's a dopamine detox. Let me explain. A dopamine detox is simply that you remove all the bad habits throughout your life and focus on the good habits. That's it, really. But what are the bad habits, really? It's a hard concept. To do a dopamine detox, you need, or this is my way, a reminder that you are on a dopamine detox, because most bad habits happen on the phone. So a trick is to make the phone less desirable, and that is to have it black and white. Have it black and white and have no notifications on. I have zero notification except messages and if someone calls me. That's really it. It's also black and white. Like I said, it's less desirable to go on the phone and, for example, scroll, because it's not very fun if it's not medical. Test it at least for a few days and see how it goes. Another thing is to not have social media. This is one of the biggest things, because when you scrolling, looking at content, looking at everything really hurts your dopamine so much that it becomes less fun, really. So yeah, no porn, no scrolling, no video games is also the criteria for a real dopamine detox. Also, no junk food, because let's say it this way. Some of these things are really easy for you to quit. For me, no social media is very easy because I really don't use it that much. But quitting video games is harder, or quitting junk food is harder for me than quitting video games or quitting scrolling. That means if you have everything right except this one thing, you will still lack results, because all your time will go to the junk food. All the dopamine you will get from the junk food. You get what I mean? So the one that you really want still in your life is the one that you need to get rid of. For me, it's the junk food. I love food, really, and I hate eating very simple food, like only rice and meat and no sauce on everything. So that's the way to do it. But why should you do a dopamine detox in the first place? Why should you do it? Because it doesn't sound fun. It's not fun. In the first month, it's not fun. It will be so boring. Your life will be so boring. I guarantee that. And most people quit that way because it's too boring and it's too hard to continue preventing doing these habits, because they are so ingrained in your brain. But why should you do it? Let's say it this way. If you had one thing that was the most fun during the day, you would always want to do that. That's why we often scroll most hours of the day, or we watch notifications, because that's give a dopamine hit, meaning that for the brain it's super fun. But that's not really the case, because if those things are the fun, doing the fun things like being with friends, like hitting a PR at the gym, like achieving a goal, those things will be less fun and less stimulating, meaning that they will be harder to do. you will have less motivation to do those things, rather than when you have these things, when your phone is black and white, when you don't scroll, those things like achieving a goal will be so much fun that it will release so much healthy dopamine that you don't want to scroll. But when you get in a rut and scroll again, your dopamine baseline will be so high or so low that you can't really enjoy normal healthy things like talking to a stranger, talking to a new person, talking, achieving a goal. Like I said, it will be much harder. That's why I challenge you to at least do this for 50 days. At least a week, 7 days of doing these things. I think that these two are the most beneficial to you and to most people. Having a black and white screen, meaning that you don't really want to watch the phone. It's not fun to watch the phone, really. I don't want to watch it because it's not really fun to watch it. Meaning that it will be much easier for me to quit social media. You get what I mean? Yeah, that was really it. I hope you enjoyed it somewhat, and I hope it was somewhat comprehensible. So yeah, that was it.